Rizz is subjective, people.
Rizz is in the eye of the beholder.
Rizz is in the eye of the beholder.
Period.
And that's on what? How to Date Billy Walsh.
Just a little context about me and my best friend. We're part of an ecosystem, a food chain. And I hate to say it, but we are at the bottom of it.
How to Date Billy Walsh. I loved it.
Yay!
Yes. It reminded me of my school experience, you know, being in love with your bestie.
Oh, were you in love with a bestie?
Maybe. I'm not gonna admit that on camera, but yeah, maybe.
Exclusive.
Then it made me think, is everyone just in love with their besties, do you think?
I think so. I think if they're your bestie, you have to have like love for them in your heart, you know, whether it's romantic or platonic.
Yeah, and I feel like I'm glad obviously, well, not to spoil it, but they go through a journey. Archie goes through a journey, and it made me think what I would tell my younger self. So I wanted to ask you, I know you're still quite young, what would you tell your younger self?
Oh, this is like on Drag Race, where they're like, this is Baby Bash, what would you tell him? I feel like a lot of the things I'd tell my younger self are lessons I'm still trying to learn.
Ciao. I feel you, honestly.
But what I'm aspiring to do at the moment is have more fun, enjoy the present moment more. Like, this is so cool. Like, with promoting this film, I had so much fun making it. And like, just enjoying the moment I'm in. Because I think it's so easy in this day and age to live through what other people are doing or where you want to be or where you were. And like, actually just being in the present moment is really difficult. So here we are, it's lovely.
This is all you. I wish I could reach and feel it. But speaking of present moment, I feel like when you break the fourth wall in this, you're so good at it.
Oh,
I
thank
literally was screaming.
Sometimes you have to say, kiss my universe.
And it reminded me of shows like Modern Family or The Office.
Oh my gosh.
Could you ever be in one maybe?
Oh my god, like, they're two of my
favorites.
I was watching both of those last night. Like, UK Office is like some of the greatest television ever, and then American Office is like, there's just so much of it and it's so good. Like, every episode, same with Modern Family. Yeah, I think the breaking the fourth wall thing was something I took really seriously. Like, I think the mistake with a film like this would be to think that everything's easy and silly. And like, actually talking to the camera is a big device to use, and is something that I wanted to get right. And so we had a lot of conversations, Alex, the director, and myself, about who the camera is. Like, is it a friend? Is it someone you know? And like, building out. So in my head, I have a really strong sense of who I'm talking to. And even with like making, like, we did some like tests and tried a few different ways. And when talking to the camera was tight, it felt really intimate and charming. And actually when it was wider, it felt a bit weird because everyone else is sort of like twiddling their thumbs. So all of those things we thought about. So hopefully when you see it, it doesn't feel, I don't know, it doesn't feel like alienating. If anything, it feels like it really like brings you into the story.
No, that's the thing, like, because of the way you did it, that's why I saw myself so much in it, because it's like, well, yeah, I've been there. Like, I just want to be like, you know,
also,
when
I
stuff
think
happens.
it like makes sense of a lot of the film.
Yeah.
Because really, it's a young boy's dialogue on him falling in love.
Yeah.
And like, if you ever hear someone younger than you tell you a story, it's often like embellished.
Yeah.
And like, I think it's really lovely that the whole film is through the eyes of a like 17-year-old boy who's falling in love for the first time.
And that's the thing, when Billy is introduced, because obviously the film starts off with Archie explaining it, you're almost waiting to hear like, hey, what is he thinking? Like, Billy's now arrived, like, what is he gonna say? So yeah, no, it's done so well.
I also, like, that was some of my favourite. Like, there's that scene with the three of us where I get to turn to the camera and be like, and he's like, oh, like, so nice seeing you. I'm like, yeah, thanks. And it's just like, you know, when you're thinking those things anyway, it's fun to be able to say them.
Literally, I do that in real life. Like, I pretend there's a camera all the time.
Oh my god, same. I like sometimes wish there was a camera to look at and be like,
I haven't even kissed anyone.
Popular people go for popular people, not people like me and not people like you.
Now, you've starred in such iconic series and projects, and I want to ask you, obviously Archie is I feel like he's got game, he's just a bit shy.
Yeah.
But I want to ask you, out of everyone you've played, who has the best Rizz?
Oh, that's a hard question. I don't think I've played any character that's got like real Rizz. I mean, maybe Archie gets there.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's hard. I played a character in Horrible Histories, the movie, and like, it's a younger Rizz, but I feel like he's got some like cheeky little lines.
Amelia Brown is my universe.
What up, Chuckles? Could you play some kick-ass final turn music, please?
Well, certainly can, Miss Brown.
I feel like Charithra's got that like mature, like elegant, grown-up, classy. Whereas, I bring something different.
But different, it's all Rizz, you know?
Different.
It's all
Rizz is Rizz, guys.
Rizz
I also
is
don't
Rizz.
think I like... Rizz is something that you like is for other people. Like, do you know what I mean?
No.
Like, as in, Rizz is like something that other people say about... Because like some people would be like, oh, that person's got loads of Rizz, and they don't.
They don't, but it's
To you,
subjective.
but it's... Rizz is subjective, people.
Rizz is in the eye of the beholder.
Rizz is in the eye of the beholder.
Periods.
Period.
Period.
And that's on what? How to Date Billy Walsh.
It's time for the finale.
English, so dramatic.
No! Detention!
Did you know that Billy Walsh is an actual songwriter who actually like writes hits?
No way.
Yeah, like he writes for Post Malone, like he writes for so many people.
What?
Yeah, like he's actually a guy.
This is crazy.
This is crazy.
I've heard the name Billy Walsh.
Yeah.
In fact, weirdly, the driver who brought me here was saying
called Billy Walsh.
his brother is American and is called Billy Walsh.
Shut up.
There we go.
Shut up. Well, I guess it's a common it boy name, maybe. So going back to your younger self, but what advice would you give to Archie?
Here's the thing, I think some lessons you need to learn by like experiencing yourself. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I think the easy thing would be like if he was honest, but I think he kind of like, there's the scene where Amelia goes, but are you in love with me? And he can't say it.
And I'm just like, why?
I know, I watched it with my friends the other day and they were literally screaming at the television. But I think he has to go on that journey and he has to experience losing her, experience getting it wrong. Like, he like, you know, embarrasses her and hurts her. And I think he has to do that to see like, he hurt his best friend and then learn that like, actually that's not what love is.
And before I wrap, now, Sebastian, I'm dating at the moment.
Okay.
And even looking at this title, How to Date Billy Walsh, I really want there to be a sequel of How to Date in 2024, 2026.
Okay.
So I feel like we need to, in 2 years, we'll revisit this movie, and I really want it to be like Archie going through modern dating, because it's really in the bin, Sebastian. Like,
No, I'm sorry.
With the dating apps and everything, like, I feel like, I don't know how Archie would, I feel like he'd be going through what I'm going through now. And again, we need to see it through his eyes and the monologue. So what do you think about that?
I would be so down. I mean, it was such a joy doing this film, and like, it really elevated and explored the experience I think so many people have growing up and falling in love for the first time, and it's complicated and messy, and yeah, I think definitely that would be so cool.
Yes,
so I'm in. Tell me where to sign.
Well, I don't have anything yet, but hopefully they'll see this and be like, oh, do you know what? Yes, definitely.
Sounds good.
I've been told to wrap, but it's been a
Amazing.
pleasure.
Thank you so much. It was so lovely meeting you.
You too.